Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the ProLok number ELP-110-B. It's a in-swinging latch protector. I have the contents removed from the packaging. Basically what you're going to get with these ELP-110 or the shorter version, which should be a 107. Let's take a look and see what that shorter version is. There's two lengths. There's the 12-inch length, which is the ELP-110. It'd be nice if it was ELP-112, I suppose. There is a shorter version, which is the ELP-100. That's a 7-inch version. The 12-inch you'll use when you have two locks, a lock and a deadbolt. The 7-inch is when you generally have just one lock that you need to cover up. Okay. Now let's move on to what this is. In the packaging, you're going to get two U-shaped channels. They're U-shaped. They're not identical, as you can see, but they're U-shaped. Okay, they're going to look like this. They're going to have holes that will be in them in specific locations. You'll also get a package of screws as well. Some very long screws and then some very short screws. Let's go over it. The concept of this latch guard is to seal the area of the latch bolt for a lock and a deadbolt for an in-swinging door. It must be used for an in-swinging door application. An out-swinging door application, this will not work. You have to be on the push side, would be the keyed side. You're going to have the first U-channel, and it's got the equal legs, and it's got the holes drilled in the back side. This is what is going to mount to the face of the door. The face of the door will get this channel. There is the other channel, U-shaped, where the legs are not equal. This is what is going to be mounted to the jamb, or to the stop of the frame. Okay, and to just get to the bottom line, when this portion is attached to the frame and you secure it through these side holes so that it mounts this way, and then your door sits this way, when you attach the channel, it would be mounted from your perspective, you're on the inside of the door. Then when this is attached to the face of the door and the door closes, the channels mate together like this. Now, a lot of people like the two U-channel design versus the other style that does exist, where there's an offset bar that's mounted to the jamb, because the logic is these U-channels completely prevent access to the screws. Whether it's to the face of the screws on the U-channel that goes to the face of the door, or it's to the screws that will mount to the jamb. You can't get a screwdriver down to any of them. Okay? And people like that design. Now, to clarify this, let's look at the link below this video to the installation instructions. And as you view that, you will see very clearly how the U-channel applies to the jamb. And let's study that first. That's going to be the U-channel with the unequal legs. Now, you'll notice that there is a large hole and then a small hole. The large hole is what goes to the exterior of the frame. That's large so that you can not only fit the head of the screw down through the hole, but your screwdriver as well. It won't work the other way, is the bottom line. Okay, this piece is the piece that you're going to use the very long screws for, and the logic is you'll be able to sink these screws, which are basically 3-inch, all the way down through the stop, through the jamb, into the stud. Okay, you will absolutely want to be very careful to pre-drill the holes properly. If the screw starts to fight you at all, not fight you, but if your hole is too small when you're running the screw in, you're really going to run the risk of it not sinking in properly or stripping the head, and then you're kind of stuck starting over, getting that broken screw out, etc. Pre-drill the hole properly, and then surely run that screw in, down, and firm once you've got it located in the proper area. What I personally like to do when I'm installing these is I will use some very small, very short temporary screws, which are not provided from ProLok, and that's okay. But I like to install each piece with a screw and then just do a reality check on everything to make sure that it all fits in very well. Anyway, back to the installation instructions. Obviously the side, again with the large hole, goes towards the center of the frame. The long leg is what is applied directly to the face of the, and that's key to get that positioned correctly. The real determining factor is to make sure that where you install this on the face of the jamb is going to account for the margin between the face of the door and then, of course, the stop, but also to allow the thickness of the material to make contact with the jamb. So, like I said, one screw so that you can really test everything in each piece is crucial. When I install these, literally what I will do is just place this on the, I'll be on the closed side of the door, and I'll just place this on the jamb, then bring this up behind, and make sure that I've got a 1/16 of an inch margin between the two to account for any sort of swelling or warping that may occur. And then I will mark my holes. I will test, pre-drill, test one of them, get this installed, and test for proper operation. What the installation instructions, however, say is place the frame side channel part with the large screw holes on the edge of the doorstop centered with the lock. So what they're meaning is the vertical center. You're going to want to make sure that you get complete coverage. Mark the location of the screw holes and drill an 1/8 of an inch pilot hole. Install using the long screws provided. Then step 2 is to place the door side channel inside the frame channel. So once this is applied, put this in here. Use a piece of foam to hold the two channels together. And interestingly enough, they provide that to you in the packaging so that you can basically use it to just stuff it in there to keep it from falling on you when the door's closed. And mark your holes. Test them with your hand. Close the door, mark the holes, pre-drill is the rest of the installation instructions. And with a 3/32 of an inch drill bit for the door portion, use the shorter screws provided. And let's tell you the length of those so that you don't breach through your door thickness. They're about an inch and an 1/8 length. So even if you had an 1 3/8 door, that screw is still going to work. So 1/8 of an inch pre-drill for the frame portion, 3/32 of an inch pre-drill for the door portion. And if you don't have a 3/32, I simply suggest that you buy it because it's just best to have the proper hole. Install each side using one screw. Check that the parts line up properly and that the door closes properly. And before drilling and installing all the screws, I would add on to that to say make sure that the door latches. It's got to close, but the unit has to latch properly. You don't want to have to put your shoulder into the door every time to get it to latch because you don't really need any margin between these two plates as they come together, but you need just a 1/16 of an inch, a small airspace there. Tip, ask your security consultant about key control, who can and cannot receive duplicate keys, as well as high security lock options. Okay, so that's just a piece of commercial data on the installation instructions, not really necessary. I don't do anything, I don't drill anything until I've got the two plates attached to the doors. And what I like to be able to do is to have someone just kind of hold both places so that I can visually inspect the gap here looking down, and then I'll mark my frame portion. I will attach the frame portion because I've already looked at it to make sure that I believe that I'm going to have good margin there for proper door operation. Okay, and then mark and install the door portion with one piece is really the key for proper operation. This in-swinging latch protector, we talked about 12-inch and 7-inch. It's also available in different finishes. All are going to be steel-based. Okay. This is the dash B for brass. You'll have an AL for sprayed aluminum. You're going to have a C for a chrome finish, and then a DU for a dark bronze finish as well. Let's take a look at the rest of the extended description. Latch protector, in-swinging doors, deters spreading of the door from the frame. That is true. The very essence of the fact that these are U-channels will significantly deter the prying apart of the door opening. A common way to get past shoddy construction in like a large condo building is simply to take a 2x4 that might be 36.5 or 37 inch in length, put it in the opening, then force it down, and you're literally going to bow the opening out so that the latch bolt no longer engages in the strike and you can just push the door open. Very common way that people break in. That I am told this will work to prevent that. And frankly, what I have learned in the field is just the installation alone of a latch guard deters people from attempting to get in your door. They just move on to the next sort of scenario. Okay. The balance of the extended description, the dimensional properties, let's go over that. This is a 12-inch piece, a 12-inch version, I should say. Now let me give you the U-shaped channel for the door. The overall projection, just heavy on a 1/2 inch. The thickness of the item is about is just about a 1/2 inch. The U channel depth for the frame, just shy on 3/4. Then again, that thickness, that's closer to 7/16. Okay, the short leg on that is going to be just heavy on 1/2 inch or 9/16 of an inch. Now, the name ProLock is synonymous with security hardware. There's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the ProLock products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, along with a link to the full product catalog. The key to that page is this. There will be what is currently called the Armor catalog. That's where you're going to find security hardware, door reinforcing wraparound plates, latch protectors, and then a variety of door locks, specialty door locks. Sliding window, sliding door locks are all there. You will also find the ProLock product catalog, because ProLock actually is a company that's more known, especially to locksmiths, for locksmithing tools like their Blue Punch key cutting machines and a variety of locksmithing tools like picks and key management hardware. If you are a locksmith, you're probably already familiar with ProLock, but if you're not, that product catalog you'd want to review. And then the Armor catalog brings in this ancillary line of material that's complementary to the locksmithing industry. And they also have what they call their California Keychains catalog, which is the key management hardware, key tags, and a variety of novelty items. Finally, the link to the manufacturer's website. If you have any questions on the ProLock ELP-110-B, 2-piece U-channel in-swinging latch guard, or any other ProLock product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.